smells hot. You smell it? Yeah.
Where the fuck is McClay?
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bogcast. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my best friend, Bryan McClay. What's up, dog?
Chilling, brother. What are you up to, dude? We're having trouble streaming to a destination.
There's, some Rumble issues right now. I'm just going to remove that. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We have a exciting show for you tonight. Hour one, we'll bring you the comedy report and some just Bogcast news, and McClay will give us the UFO report, and then the second hour we'll just get super ripped and just chill out and kind of just talk about some hot topics and show each other some funny. But I realized, dude, about the first hour and the second hour, because the podcast has definitely evolved, I'd say, over the years, from the in-studio guests that we used to have to, I feel like the first hour is kind of like more of a podcast style show, because we kind of, it's more produced, where you have, news that we're going to show.
Yeah.
Then the second hour, feels like more of a stream where we're just kind of like hanging out, you know what I mean? More engaged with chat, bullshitting, pulling stuff up like that. So, I wish I could get this Rumble bullshit going. McClay, I don't know if you could talk about the GoFundMe here for a second, and try to get that real quick.
Big shout out to all the familiar faces that stopped by and hung out with us last Sunday. It was pretty amazing to hang out at Hempel Farms and get a little bit more than halfway to the goal of $10,000 for the GoFundMe for Andy Martin, who has been diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. And she's fighting, and she's got a great support system around her, and but she's still got some stuff to get through. So we're going to continue this. We gave away some really cool things for the first half of the GoFundMe, and we have some major grand prizes to give away once we hit the $10,000 goal. We're going to go live again once we hit that get closer to that $10,000 goal. And so, everybody out there that wants to give some money there, if you give $100 or more, you get put into a special giveaway for some pretty amazing extra special prizes. There is some amazing stuff that we're giving away for grand prizes. We're giving away Airbnb vacation rental in Trinity, California, I believe. Well, I know it's up in Mendocino area, Redwoods, beautiful, beautiful area. Also, multiple, $1,000 glass pieces, bongs, some beautiful art glass pieces. There was some amazing giveaways on Sunday. We gave away some amazing Benchmade knives. This is actually your knife, Keith, so I got to give this to you. This is one of the.
Sure, I got my knife here, dude.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I think that one's yours.
All right.
Dude.
Okay.
But yeah, they're badass.
Dude, I can't believe these things.
You
man.
almost stabbed me like 3 times during the live.
Like,
yeah. Here, I'll drop the GoFundMe link here in a second.
So it is. We gave away a ton of these, and these are. I mean, there was people there that were just were so generous and to give things to be given away. There's a lot of cool local things here. So if you're local to the Phoenix area, there is $1,000 in pool cleaning and pool stuff.
The prizes are actually in those images you made under the
Yeah. So let me go ahead and show you guys
the glass pieces too are
the
absolutely
prizes.
phenomenal.
Yeah, this is super cool, you guys. So these are some of the things. These are the shirts that we were selling for $10. This is one of the pool service. This guy, I forget the name of his pool service. I apologize right now. It's like Patriot
McClay's
Pool.
super ripped right now.
I am super ripped right now. I am really, really high in drugs. 2-month service, which are $300 a piece, of one green to clean. If your pool is green right now and you need to get it up and running, that's a $500 service alone. A tile cleaning on a regular pool. I mean, just a lot of amazing stuff. There's some crazy fine art pieces that are going to be given away. Gun cases. We gave away one gun case. There was multiple gun cases.
It was like worth like at least $350, right? Minimum.
Yeah. Oh, thousands. Yeah. Here's some $1,000 glass pieces. We gave away these beautiful perfume stopper pieces that are just gorgeous. There's this Smirnoff ice cooler that we're going to give away. There's some tutoring that we're going to give away. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. So very, very, very cool. Thing. And we saw a lot of
and the other thing is
familiar names. So that was very cool.
And if you can donate, we totally get it, even just liking or commenting on the live feed that we did, or even just sharing the GoFundMe on your own personal social medias, or just getting the word out. As a matter of fact, I'm really bummed out. I'm working on the Rumble shit right now. But the reason why I'm bummed out is because the owner of Rumble is online live right now handing out $10,000. And I tweeted at him saying, hey, there's this cancer benefit. If you can help us reach our goal, that'd be fucking awesome. So I'm going to try to plug in. I got the streamer URL and stream key. So let me plug it in and see what happens. Just give me like 2 more minutes, McClay. Sorry.
No worries, brother. So what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to just, keep on, tweeting and putting these social media posts out for the GoFundMe. And if you're able to help out, great. And if not, if you're able to help out with monetary, a monetary gift, that's great. But if not, just sharing, the GoFundMe or the events.
Yeah, we got on Rumble. We are on Rumble.
Nice.
Sweet,
nice.
Right. Sorry about that, guys.
So, yeah, even just sharing it out, or if you want to see what we're talking about, the first live giveaways is still up. You can find it on the Bogcast YouTube, the Bogcast Rumble, the Twitter, also the Facebook. Go to the Facebook, Bogcast Facebook. You can also find it on Beyond Wednesdays. It's up there too. Check it out. You can see it was crazy. Some great interviews with Chris and Andy, and a lot of hijinks, a lot of fun. There were some pretty funny moments, some really poignant moments, some important things were said, and it was a lot of fun. It was very cool to do. It was fun to hang out at Hemphill Farms. If you guys are in the Phoenix area, make sure you check out Hemphill Farms, 17th Avenue and Bell Road. Just an amazing place. And
just a update on her surgery. She went in on Tuesday, and obviously that's just super scary. And I was following along Chris Martin's Facebook all day, and I guess she went home that same day. The doctor says it looked successful, and like they seem like they got everything, but they'll have a full report next Wednesday. So next Wednesday we'll know whether they got all the cancer or not, or so we'll keep everyone updated on that. So, but also like other prizes that are be giving away. There's so much shit to give away that we don't even really have time to talk about all of it. But some more of the crazy prizes is like my girlfriend's giving away a free custom pet painting. So if you want to get your dog or cat painted, That's part of like one of the grand prizes. And then I think he pretty much mentions all the other grand prizes. So yeah. And also make sure you're subbed up to us on YouTube. You could, like I said, you could watch the live cancer benefit we did with Hempville Farms. It's on there right now. That's actually like us spinning the wheel, like your name goes on the wheel, and we just pick random people for the prizes. You can also support the channel by hitting join. Also follow us on Twitter. We should be live on Twitter. Let me double check real quick. Yep, we are live on Twitter. And like I said, we are on Rumble. The video is just processing right now for some reason. But with all the crazy shit going on with YouTube lately and all these creators leaving, I know Tim Dillon just made a tweet about it. After YouTube has made people sign in to watch the show for the third time, I've decided to start uploading complete podcasts to Twitter and Rumble as well. I don't think YouTube is the future of comedy. The censors have gone completely insane. And literally every single day, either from a creator or comedian, I see these kinds of tweets. And my gut feeling tells me that we'll probably get strikes here soon. I actually had to talk with McClay beforehand, like, hey, don't talk about this and this and that, because they'll definitely fucking either strike your channel or completely demonetize the entire thing. That shit would just be devastating. So, and then when you do get a strike, you're fucking banned for 2 weeks. So there's no way for us to tell you on YouTube. That's why I'm saying to follow us on Twitter and that, because we can keep you updated on all that shit. So,
Hey, Chad, don't you have my number, bro? Text me. Don't send me DMs, bro. Text me. You got my number.
Chad Cave, do not take that personal. He does not respond to anybody. And let me teach you a trick too. If like you text McClay something, right? And then like 5 hours goes by and he doesn't text you back, and then you have another thing you need to tell him, don't text that. Because if you text that, he won't read the first one. Because sometimes I'll do that and there'll be like 4 things, like, oh fuck, I got to tell McClay about this. Oh, what about this? And there'll be like 4 things. He only responds to the last recent one. And then like, hey, did you see the other fucking 3 ones? Like, what the fuck? Do you not see the rest of the text? Like, how does that happen? What the fuck? And rant. Oh, shit.
Also, real quick, I want to let everybody know to tell us what strain you are smoking. For goodies and giveaways. I got something that I'm putting together for Chad Cave right now, letting everybody know I did go pick up stickers and magnets and the Ladmo stamp.
I was
so
gonna
that's
say,
coming soon.
If you don't get your stickers and shit now, it's all on McClay because he has everything.
Hey, Keith, did I take did I give you all the Ladmo bags? Do you have all the bags there too?
Well, there's a bunch of brown bags here. Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Don't make
I'll see
that
if I
an
have
excuse.
some here. I'll see if I have them here.
Dude, you can go to Walmart and buy
grab
them.
I'll come grab them. I'll come grab a couple from your house. I am smoking. Check this out, bro.
Okay.
So, our buddy Chris stopped by while I was at the event on Sunday. My homie Chris came by my house and dropped these off. This is his family's. This is his cousin's company, the Humboldt Cure. They're based out of the Humboldt County, California area, Mendocino, Redwoods area, the most beautiful part of California, especially right now. Just an amazing area.
I like how they're rocking the raw, dude.
Yeah, so this is, and man, the Humboldt Cure has some amazing art. And but anyways, he dropped off like 5 different of these pre-rolls, these little Percy pre-rolls. They come in these little packages, and they're badass, bro. So there's all different kinds.
What strain did you smoke before the show?
I smoked I think this OMG grapes, which is a hybrid. They're both hybrids, but it looks like, I think it's indica dominant. And then I got like this peanut butter breath, and I think I got another one called Starburst or something like that. And I mean, they're pretty dope.
The packaging's dope,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, so they grow their own cannabis. They've been doing it for years, for decades. Look at this stuff.
Damn.
Whew. The original strains that we fell in love with come from this area, and
Northern
they
Cali.
were growing it back in the day. OG Kush, Bubba Kush, Granddaddy Perps. Our favorite strains come from
Grape Ape.
Humboldt County. Yeah, man, and just beautiful, beautiful stuff. So shout out to the Mendo Cure. I mean the Humboldt Cure. I think the Zombie Fields is what I was smoking too.
Would you
Dude,
just roll it all into a blend or what?
bro,
Or
I
you smoke
have
the
been.
pre-roll?
He dropped off like 8 of these things to me, right? And they're all different kinds, and it made it actually like fun, right? So I woke up this morning. I smoked one before I went to the doctor. I was like, oh, this is nice.
Because you're getting a finger in your butt. You're like, I got to be ripped for this.
Yeah. And then I went to my parents' house and I smoked one with my dad.
Nice.
And it was a different one, and it was nice. And then I came home, hung out for a couple hours, and I smoked one before the show. And it's been a great day.
We can tell
bro.
you're ripped. We get it.
Yeah.
You're ripped.
It's been a great day.
I actually have 2 different strains I'm smoking. I am hitting Gelato Mints. I've talked about this before. It's an indica dominant hybrid strain cross between Animal Mints and Gelato 41. And the other half is Horchata, which is jet fuel gelato and maki gelato. So still hitting the pipe though, dude. I actually hit the I didn't think he was gonna say yes, but when Chris Martin came over, I think it was last Sunday or the Sunday before, I was like, hey man, I got a 6-footer in there if you want to hit it. He's like, fuck yeah. I was like, really? I was like, because usually everyone's like, fuck no, fuck that. No, I got all excited. So we ripped a 6-footer. Like, it was on Father's Day at like 7:30 in the morning.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, there's nothing like,
bro.
There's nothing like taking a break from bongs for 6-7 months and then taking a 6-foot bong rip. It really sets the mood for the day.
I was really excited about hanging out at Hempful Farms that whole day. I mean, I wasn't excited, but you know what I mean? Like we were doing what we were doing, and it was a good time. Chris gave us some amazing goodies to smoke on, and
well, not just everything had THC and CBD in it, like all of our drinks. You know what I mean? We got nuts,
all of our food, the smoothies.
Then he gave you a big, huge fucking hash rock that looked like it came from the moon.
Yeah, it was
that hash fucking rock was crazy, dude.
Dude, I broke that up into that flower he had, and it was talk about entourage effect. That was entourage effect that day. I went through multiple different stages of ripness. I had the Zonka bar. The Zonka bar hit me a different way than the blunt with the hash hit me a different way. That was it. When I rolled up that first blunt and I smoked that first blunt with the hash, it was a different type of to the moon. And then the Zonka bar, the mojitos, he made the mojitos with the cannabis syrup. Those were great. Yeah, it was a good day, man. It was a good day to hang out. And Chris is unbelievably like charismatic when he is on a show or talking to somebody in an interview.
Oh, he's the perfect guest.
Yeah, dude. He's
not just that, is like
awesome.
His knowledge of cannabis is just endless.
That's what I mean.
Like, you could literally just talk about cannabis with him for fucking days. Every time I hang out with Chris, I learn something new about cannabis that I never knew before. I'm like, holy shit. Like last week he was on because he has Crohn's disease and stuff like that. He's telling me about these crazy flare-ups that he gets, you know, and how he's literally bleeding and he's out for hours just in the bathroom, and how he actually puts CBD in his belly button. I was like, what the fuck, in your belly button? He's like, yeah, especially when you have lower GI issues and stuff. You know, he's like, think about, you know, how you were fed as a baby and stuff. So, and I never thought of putting CBD in my belly button before. I mean, definitely in my butt, but not my belly button.
Yeah. Yeah. The entourage effect is basically like getting all of the things.
Okay, this is. Hang on. You just moved the mic. Hang on. Hold that, because this is a rant.
No, it's not a rant.
You move them when
Somebody
you
has
go. Go ahead.
All right. So the entourage effect is like when you're using cannabis in a way that you're taking like the sum of all the parts of the plant. Like a lot of times what people will, not people, but like when they're making concentrates, especially for cannabis, or what is the stuff that he was talking about that they put in all the cartridges now and all the carts and stuff that burns your throat. Anyways, the way that they process cannabis to get concentrates or different types of to put in food or to put in, anyways, to break, they kill one of the major, like you destroy some of the cannabinoids here to
We should just get Chris on to talk about it.
And basically, yeah, you should. And basically, it's
I
like
did.
suggested. It's all the effects at once, and all the terpenes, and the effects of all the cannabinoids of the whole plant, right? And it's that's very important. Chris talks about that's one of the major things that he's into. So
Yeah,
it was pretty amazing, man. We got the drinks with the simple syrup, the Zonka bars, the hash, the flour. It was a good day.
all right, let's get the show started. We're 25 minutes in. Is that cool?
Hey, you asked, bro.
Holy fucking cuckery. I think
Yeah.
some of the cringiest thing in internet history might happen today. That's why this is under the comedy report. And I knew there was something I didn't like about this motherfucker.
Adam 22. Yeah.
I think the one thing is you could tell he's did coke for like 20 plus years because he's always all fucking coke-eyed and shit. But holy shit. I don't know if you guys saw this shit today. I'm assuming McClay did.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting with today. It's finally happening. Wow, I did not know you were going to do that.
But I do have an announcement. I just want to break it to you guys so that you guys all know what's going on, which is basically
You're quitting on us, bro. Oh,
I'm not quitting.
Shit.
I'm not quitting, but I'm going to tell you something that might blow your mind.
All right, blow my mind then. It's early enough.
After 7 years with my girl,
Mm.
this is not the breakup conversation. I realize it might have sounded like that right there for a second.
Yeah.
After 7 years together, we knew him pretty much the whole time, but we've gotten more and more deeper into the conversation or into the stuff. And
Mhm.
after, many hundreds and stuff,
Yeah.
we decided, we've been having this conversation for like damn near a year.
Okay.
She shot her first ever scene
Without
with another man
Oh,
over the weekend.
that shows growth.
What the fuck?
What?
So I
Well,
wanted to
they're
see
porn
what you
stars,
thought
bro.
about that. McClay.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. They're porn stars. You know what I mean? They're into porn. They create porn. I'm
Well,
not
let me ask
surprised
you
in the
this: could
slightest.
you ever do that? Would you ever let your? I'm asking you actually, chat too. Could you let your wife get banged out by another dude on camera?
I wouldn't be into that. No.
Do you think that this relationship will last?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Who knows? People are into some weird shit, bro.
I don't understand like
most
this
of the
like
time,
trend
no.
of just cuckery that's going on like recently. It's just like a big trend. Like it's like
Did you see Adam 22 do that show with Crip Mac and
well, yeah, I got some clips ready right now. I'm gonna show you.
Destiny? Yeah.
I wanted to play Academics reaction to it though, real quick. to see
There
if
was
you
a
got the
moment
reference.
in that interview that was super cringe, bro.
All of this is cringe.
It's finally happening.
What the fuck? It's finally happening.
You know why this is confusing to me? If you're gonna do such a thing, why not do it before you get married?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they
You
just
gonna
got
do
married.
it, at least grandfather it in type shit. Like, nah, we were doing this before we got married. Nigga, it's wild to say you can't fuck nobody, and then as soon as she get married, oh yeah, you can fuck people.
Yeah, it's weird, bro. It's weird.
Hang on, I have a clip from that podcast you were talking about.
Yeah, there was a really cringeworthy moment
To
in that
share this with
podcast.
you.
Oh yeah, come on, cuz.
All right. And I feel like Destiny might have a perspective on this. But so I've been with my girl for 7 years. We just got married. We're not in an open relationship, but from a porn perspective, we shoot with other girls, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But no other guys is busting her coochie and ass out.
Well, you guessed it. Over the weekend,
Oh no.
Something like that happened.
she filmed her first ever scene with another man.
I know you was mad.
Shit.
You was angry.
I,
But no
I
other
agreed
guys
to it,
busted-
so I wasn't.
but-
I say
but-
angry might not be the word.
But you was kind of like disappointed a little bit. Like you vibe like that's your sitch.
You know, I agreed to
hood.
it. She gave me a lot of outs on the way in. Like
Yeah.
she kind of kept telling me, like, if you don't want me to, I won't do it.
You
You
should
know,
have said no.
I said that I wanted
You
her to
already
do
got
it. I'm
millions
like,
on top of millions of dollars, Adam. You didn't have to do that shit.
That's the other thing. They're worth so much money. Like, why do they need to do that?
It's weird, right?
but I
Come
told
on,
her, I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it
All
out
right,
the way.
so how do you vibe about it now?
She's
Do I
32.
need to get you an old English?
No, yeah, I don't need to drown the pain in the old
Okay.
English. But I was kind of surprised because I feel like I can like intellectualize it, and from my perspective, I don't think it should be a big deal.
Yeah.
But then after she actually did it, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel kind of odd. You
Oh,
know,
maybe
a
I'm
little
tripping.
bit of that
Like,
feeling
oh,
in the belly.
See,
You know,
on wood, like goddamn,
guy black?
like fire.
What the fuck?
Bro. It's
Dude.
weird.
Dude, this is the weirdest shit ever. I'm just not used to this lifestyle. I know the lifestyle, but I would never want Jordan to get banged out by another dude, let alone on fucking camera for everybody to see. That's just so wild. You
You know
know
what's
deep
so
down
weird?
he's crying about it, dude. I think he's a little bit hurt by it, to be honest with you.
How many movies over the years has there been where like this is the plot of a movie? You know what I mean? Where another guy says
yeah,
he's
you're right.
okay with
Isn't
it.
that
and-
that Woody Harrelson movie?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that one called?
With Robert Redford,
This-
and Demi
you know
Moore.
what, this is a
Sit up.
good point that Daniel brings up. We should probably explain who these people are. You can
Yeah.
talk about No Jumper real quick, probably.
Yeah, Adam 22 is he runs No Jumper, which is a podcast group. They started out as a blog back in the day for like BMX street bike stuff, and he was a BMXer, and he got into music, and then he started like talking about hip hop, a lot of hip hop stuff, and interviewing young hip hop artists on his podcast, and it became this huge hip hop podcast, and now it's become this big, huge podcast group.
Yeah, it's like a network now.
It's like a network now, and he's a pretty big interviewer in the content creation for hip hop artists. And he also has a wife.
Yeah.
His girlfriend or just turned wife, and she also just had his child not too long ago, is a porn star. Lena the Plug is her name. And yeah, man, weird shit. They do like porn together.
Well, they also have
over
a
the
porn
years.
podcast where they just
they have
interview porn
OnlyFans.
stars and then they fuck them right after.
Yeah.
It's finally happening. Wow. I did not know you were going to do that.
Indecent Proposal. Yep, that was the Woody Harrelson.
Indecent Proposal. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it just it feels, I feel like that type of shit never works out ever. It's always gonna cause
I would say
some type of-
divorce immediately. If Jordan came up to me and goes, "Hey, can I get one pass?" I'd be like, "No."
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Why would you even think that? You know? I don't know exactly who this dude is, but this is pretty funny. Do you know who that is?
That's Whack 100.
Okay. This
Whack
is
100 is the game's manager. He's a Pyro
Oh, okay,
Blood.
yeah,
Yeah. He's big. And him and Adam 22 just started a new podcast together. Yeah. Wow.
Like she whispered her phone number in his ear.
Oh, he definitely has her phone number.
What the?
How would they not? She contacted him on Instagram. They might be communicating
So
through
she
DMs.
picked the guy she wanted to.
He is a very famous adult star.
So she picked him.
I think, yeah, there was really only a few that she was kind of choosing between that would have made sense.
But did she give you some details?
We talked about it.
Because Adam, fresh, just real gets hit different. That's your wife. So, you're kind of like repetitive with a lot you do. He hit that thing different, bro.
I mean, I'm sure she had a good time. I'm sure he had a good time.
And you were just cool with it.
I'm sure he's numb to it. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, fuck him, but like, that's your wife. Like,
yeah, and I mean, she's supposed to enjoy it. Anything novel is
my
going to be
God.
exciting, right?
yo, bro, like, not for nothing. I hope I ain't.
It's okay.
I hope I don't step on my boundaries.
No.
What are y'all gonna do when your kids get older?
Great point.
Kids are savage these days.
The kid
Third
is already
grade.
going to know about me having a million girls.
That's one
I
of
don't
the
know that
biggest points
from the
to
kid
me.
perspective.
What's that?
If you have kids, that is the biggest point to me. Like,
Yeah,
if you bring kids into this world, you get a little bit of a pass on everything that you did before the kids. But everything after the kids, you always have to have in mind that you're setting not only an example for them now, but also in the future. And they look at you in a different light. And if you get to a certain age and all of a sudden you look at your parents in a different light like that because you find out that,
well, not just that, there's like stories where I just read one where a high school kid killed himself because he was getting roasted by his classmates because his mom was on OnlyFans, and they're like,
big
what?
time.
Like, you know what I mean? That'd be fucking
That's what I'm talking
devastating.
about.
You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly
Like,
what
that
I'm
would
talking
suck.
about. Yeah.
God damn, that would suck.
Yeah, same with when you name your kid something weird. That's another thing that, as long as you give them a nickname or something, but that's another, like, I would never want to embarrass my kid in a way that isn't like funny embarrassment. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you this, man. Anytime I went on TikTok today, every third video was just Adam getting absolutely roasted by somebody. It was hilarious. They were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Shout out Cover Lover Comics. Oh man. There was a moment in that with the Crip Mac interview with Destiny where they're talking about Destiny being bi, and Crip Mac looks at Adam 22 and Crip Mac goes, You ain't gonna start doing this shit either, or something like that. Like, you ain't gonna start doing this shit either, or something like that. And Adam 22 looks at Crip Mac and he's like, not yet. And then Crip Mac's like, yet. And like, he makes this face that is so fucking cringe and weird. Like, he's like, maybe
Adam?
in the future. Yeah. And it's like, what do you?
Oh, I don't think I saw that one, dude.
It's like, all this is, I feel like at some point you have to start questioning whether it's for clout and content. And that feels so cheesy.
Definitely on her end for sure. Like, do you think Adam 22 really wants the content that bad where
It's
he's
all
willing
for
to get his
content?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's all for this. That's what it is. I mean, that's what their porn is. It's for clout and content. But man, especially when you got a kid, you just got married. They're getting ready to like go on this honeymoon for like 2 months in fucking Spain and shit and weird stuff. And they are making, but here's the problem. They're making such good money. The amount of money that they bring in on the porn shit, he said, is more than the money they bring in on the No Jumper stuff. And No Jumper is
sure.
a big network.
Yeah, I believe that for sure.
It's weird, man. But again, we're a generation out now, man. I mean, he's our age, I think, or maybe he's like 10 at the most 10 years younger than us.
Hang on, let me see.
But still,
he was born in 83, so
so he's so he's our age. Yeah.
He's like 39,
yeah. Yes, it is, Joe's. It is. It's very weird. That's what I'm talking about.
Anyway, dude, Jordan wants you to come over one of these Mondays, just to chill with us and watch Kill Tony, and she said she'll fucking cook us like a bomb dinner and stuff.
Good. I need to get my hair cut, bro.
Oh yeah, she'll do that too for sure.
Yeah, I gotta get ready for San Diego.
For all the new Bogcast listeners, we used to be sponsored by Banged Salon. I actually want to congratulate my girlfriend because she just her new salon opens on Saturday. It's like the grand opening where she has new employees. It's a lot bigger, and
Yeah, I saw she hired some new people.
yeah, and
That's awesome, dude.
they also won Best of the Valley and for the Phoenix thing.
That's huge, dude. I saw that.
So really proud of
Yeah.
her. But anyway,
Shout out
dude,
to Joe Newcomer too.
oh yeah.
Won
Joe
best,
Newcomer. I actually
best
got to go
author.
through and see any of our other friends won, because I fucking spend an hour like every day like in voting for everybody, making sure, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The podcast winner was some tea podcast.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you missed a good one last week, dude, because Theo Vaughn was on as a guest, and there's just always these new up and comer comedians that are coming on, and they always usually for some reason happen to be handicapped for some reason, you know, in some way or the other, and they're not, but they're actually like really funny and smart comedians, you know what I mean? It's not just because they're handicapped, whatever, like Aaron Belial, like we showed last week and shit. So this guy fucking comes up, dude, and kills it, gets a standing ovation, and you gotta fucking watch this shit, dude. This is just so fucking funny, dude.
Okay, what were you doing in the Paralympics?
First of all, if you don't know what that is, like this, it's like the regular Olympics but funnier.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's hilarious.
It's not like the funniest, like that's a Special Olympics.
Right.
But yeah, I was a
right. The Paralympics is the kind of funny version.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the. I'm not gonna say. All right. I'm not gonna hate for no reason.
Yeah.
The kind of funny.
I
version.
was a sprinter, man. For.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How many beat your ass in a race? Shut the hell up.
You would beat my ass in a race?
I think so, honestly.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, dude. I would show, you might think, oh, Tony's funny. He'll probably show some mercy on me. He'll probably jog a little bit and then let me catch up. Nope. Motherfucker, I will leave you in the straight up fucking dust, dude.
Bro, calm down, dude.
No, I will not. I will not. I will not. I will not let a guy
His fucking legs
wobbling around talking shit.
Bro, dude.
Wearing a fucking diaper and shit. It ain't happening, dude.
Bro, God wrote his legs in cursive, dude. Give him a break.
That's why he shouldn't be challenging.
Look at how much the dude's just absolutely loving it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He's just like getting gross. He's like, oh man.
Sorry for my friend.
Athletes.
I'm sorry.
Listen to the band.
Yeah. Listen up, Times New Roman.
You guys are cute together. I think.
Yeah, we would be. We would be. Cursive and a capital I come together at once. All right, guys, that's enough. We've done enough picturing this race.
Where did y'all get that bell chime thing? That was fucking unbelievable.
It's just him running in slow motion. I'm in normal motion in the video.
So, dude, this guy just has set kills it. They go on for another little bit, but then check this out, dude. This is why I absolutely love this show, and this just got me so fucking pumped when I saw this, bro. This is so sick.
I'm excited. Yeah, I think you did a great job, man. Congratulations on making the move up to a city where you can do more comedy, man.
Thank
That's
you
awesome.
so much.
And you've been doing it
So you can tell he's a San Antonio fan, so he's from San Antonio.
2.5 years. When are you planning this big move to Austin, Texas? When's it going down?
2 weeks from now, man.
2 weeks from now.
Yes, sir.
You think you're gonna go back to visit sometime?
Of course, yeah.
It's only an hour away.
Yeah.
I know this sounds crazy because I just met you and I've only seen you do 1 minute of stand-up comedy. But if you want, I'm going to give you a fucking little 5-minute guest spot August 18th at the Tobin Center in San Antonio, Texas.
Fuck yeah.
Is that a good venue?
It's like Tony's big tour, bro.
You better have 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. Have you ever been to the Tobin Center?
Yeah, I've been there. I just was there.
What have you seen there?
I just saw John Mulaney there.
Well, there you go. That's what you're gonna be on that fucking stage.
Fuck yeah, let's go, dude.
Let's go. You got it. Daniel Velasquez, August 8th.
Dude, that shit is so fucking badass.
Yeah,
bro.
that's cool, bro. That's good shit. Yeah. That's why humor is so important, man. It's one of those weird things that, you know, you can kind of skirt lines and you can just kind of reach over boundaries but not go too far, and it not only like helps especially in really dire times, you know, whether it's dark humor or, you know, just out of the ordinary humor out of nowhere. It helps in some of the darkest times, and it also brings people together at the same time where they can just be brutal as fuck to each other, and it's not going to cause a war. It's not going to cause
that's why I think
hate.
comedy is like so important, dude, because of all
It
those
is, dude.
reasons. And that's why I love that show, because they're one of the few shows willing to take those swings and miss. Sometimes the jokes don't hit, but it doesn't matter because they're just fucking creating comedy, right? But you know my love for Kill Tony. Check out how badass this channel I just actually discovered before the Bogcast, dude. This dude does a behind the scenes of all the comedians waiting in the background, and then he interviews them and shit. And he did a episode on the Theo Von one. Like, check this out. It's crazy.
Alley time.
Where like all the comedians up until he shot this video would hang out, and they would come out and pull their name and shit like that. But they switched it and moved it into an indoor spot. So check this out.
All right, guys, end of an era. I'm walking back to the car with the chair. They're officially ending the alley waiting game. We are now going to be lining up at Shakespeare's, and they're going to be calling us in from there. So I'll drop this off back at the car.
So this is like one of the comedians that was on, and he just interviews them after they get picked. And then he puts their Instagram up, which is genius. But check this out. Then they interview that guy.
Vasquez. My Instagram handle is vintage.daniel.
Awesome. How'd it go?
It was good, man. I knew my 1 minute going up there. I've been a stand-up comic for 2.5 years. And I did well. I got a standing ovation. And I will be doing a guest spot for Mr. Tony Hinchcliffe at the Tobin Center Theater in San Antonio, August 18th. So, yeah, man.
I want to show you like when they get picked, like this is them waiting to get picked, and then they call out their name and like how supportive they are of each other and shit. Like, check this out. Some people are booing.
Your name?
I don't know. It's just kind of cool, like to me, like as a fan of the show, just seeing
It's
like,
cool content. It's
yeah,
very
like
cool. That's the
all
type of
fucking-
content. It's super interesting. It's smart.
Yeah, and that, because you know why, dude? These comics that he's interviewing someday will be regulars on the show, and then sometimes even as big as William Montgomery now, or David Lucas retired from the show. Like
Yeah.
he did the 10th anniversary shit, and then he pretty much just left. So you know that what's his name? Is it Andrew Huberman? He's like that health dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Huberman.
Let me see if I can
No.
pull him up. He's like a health dude. He's been on like all the podcasts. Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he's been on pretty much all the podcasts you can think of, right? He's like a health nut.
Yeah.
And he's even in the background of like Kill Tonys and shit like that. I just found out today there's an unreleased Kill Tony with him as a guest, and he's the one that told him he like not to put it out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Like, I want to see that because
I
he's
wonder
like,
why.
well, the only excuses I could find is because he's like some Stanford professor and shit like that, and Kill Tony gets pretty dark and stuff. But then I realized like that's not the first time he's done shit like that, because then I found out he was on Tom Segura's podcast, and Tom Segura had to edit out a joke because Andrew Huberman said he didn't want that joke in there, and
then isn't he considered like the worst Joe Rogan guest of all time?
no, I don't think so. He's actually a really good
so.
guest. Really?
I think so. I think he might
I
be.
didn't know there was anybody
Yeah,
considered that, but
one
now
of the-
I want
one
to
of
know
the-
who. Google
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Let me take a look. Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, dude. He actually, when he was on Rogan, like he has some pretty clippable shit because he's really knowledgeable about just health and all that bullshit.
No, it isn't him. Sorry. I was thinking of
You know what? I actually Ian Bagg. That sounds familiar. I do like Matt Rife. I actually respect him like a motherfucker. I know like he gets hate because he's just like this super good looking dude or whatever, but he's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ian Bragg. Let me see who that is really quick.
What's this? I can't remember this guy's name. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, I'll have to check that dude. I don't think I've seen that dude. I'll definitely check that out. Thanks for that. That's dope. Who's the worst Joe Rogan guest of all time? I want to know now.
I think it's this dude. Is it? You remember this guy? What's this guy's name?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I would either say that or David Rubin, because I guess David Rubin was on a few times, and now Rogan will never have him back on again.
Yeah.
And the Steven Crowder
he's kind
one's
of a
funny.
douchebag.
The Steven Crowder one's funny just because they argue about weed.
And then Steven Crowder smokes weed all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was one of the things in that thing that came out with him and his wife arguing. He's smoking weed. He's outside smoking weed, and she gives him shit for it. Dude, you can tell that Steven Crowder is like, he's one of those guys that is just one of the biggest assholes
We went to high
in
school
the
with
world.
guys like that.
Yeah. But he's funny. You know what I mean? He's funny, but he's an asshole. He's a super dickhead. He thinks he's the best. Watching him give Brian Callen the light is one of the most cringeworthy moments, and I can't
You're
believe
talking
that
about
Callen-
filling in for what's his name?
Yeah.
He was filling in for that other comedian.
Yeah. And Callen and Crowder has a light at his desk, and when Callen talks too much, he presses the light, and then he gives him the light all the time, and it's super embarrassing. And Callen, it's so weird, dude, so weird. But anyways,
I just have one fucking kind of sad story before we get into the UFO report. It's kind of a, I guess, conclusion in a sense to the submersible story we were talking about last week. I'm sure I don't have to remind everybody all the people that died in the sub searching for the Titanic last week, but all of a sudden there's a Rubik's Cube connection. Did you know that?
Yeah,
And I was like, what the fuck?
I heard that might not be true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I
that
think
might
it
not
is
be
true because, well, the only way they could confirm it is if, well, I'll play the video and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
18-year-old killed in the missing sub took his Rubik's Cube with him because he wanted to break a world record. Suleiman's mother said he loved the puzzle cube so much that he carried it with him everywhere.
He said, I'm gonna solve the Rubik's Cube at 3,700 meters below below sea at the Titanic.
The teen was a student at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow.
Let's see if you can fix this in 20 seconds. Starting now.
He applied to the Guinness World Records and had brought a camera with him on board to capture the moment he broke the record. His aunt said he was terrified about the trip and only joined the crew to please his dad for Father's Day. However, his mother has since revealed she originally intended to embark on the voyage herself, but she gave her spot to Suleiman as he really wanted to go.
Whoa!
I mean, his mother was saying it in the interview, and he applied for it. I don't know. I mean, if there's maybe a record of it or something, you know. But
Well,
it wouldn't
what's
be hard to do. All he would have to do is bring the Rubik's Cube, and his dad pulls his phone out and he does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would
Well,
take-
what's interesting is that the narrative before was that that kid didn't want to go, and his mom didn't want him to go, and his dad really wanted him to go, and he just ended up doing it because it was a Father's Day thing for his dad. And that was like a really negative thing. So a lot of people are saying that this might not be like they felt like it was like they're kind of there's parts that are made up or something like that. But who knows? Who cares? Who cares? I did think it was interesting.
Yeah, why are you
as
dissing
soon
on
as
the
I heard
story?
it.
What the fuck?
I know. But I did think of you. Like as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, I know Keith is gonna talk about this shit. Sad, bro. Sad.
God, my fucking buzzer's lagging. Why isn't it playing?
Did you hear they found
Hang on, can you say the last? There we go. Why are my sounds lagging? God damn it.
Did you hear about the they might have found some remains?
Yeah,
Which is crazy. What are the
I don't know.
what are the
I mean,
chances?
I saw that too, where they were pulling the shit out, and there's tarps on it, and they were saying the reason why there was the tarps was because
yeah, man,
of the bodies or whatever. But let me check one last thing really quick. Yeah, I guess before we get into the UFO report, should we do the Manscaped ad real quick?
Yes, sir.
I'll do the video version. Too stoned to read it. Where the fuck is it? Producing sucks. How do I get a soundboard? We're probably gonna get a copyright strike for that now. McClay has got his channel fucking banned for playing Disney last week.
Yeah.
I don't know where the video is at. I don't even remember what I was looking for.
This.
Summertime's coming up, and you know what that means. A stinkier ball sack is on the way. And if you're like McClay, not only do they stink, but you probably have been growing them out since November. But they deserve better. And we're here to help.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You get the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer, the Crop Reviver ball deodorant, the Crop Preserver, the boxers. You even get a traveling bag.
So get 20% off and free shipping with promo code Bogcast at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with promo code Bogcast. Trust me, your balls will thank you.
Also, don't forget to let us know what strain you are smoking. If it's a sativa, if it's an indica, the strain name, if you enjoy it, if it sucks. And like I always say, if you don't smoke, and because each week we just pick a random person to send stickers and magnets to and all that bullshit. But if you still want to enter and you don't smoke, just fucking lie. We will not know the difference. So just Google a strain name and plug it in the comments, and you are entered. Yeah, I still have to pick a winner, last week's winner. So, and do we need a poll question? Do you have a UFO poll question we can do? I can put on YouTube.
No. Have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah. Have you?
That's a good one. I'll put that up.
That is a good one.
I shout out to everybody that's hanging out in the chat today. I got both the Rumble chat and the YouTube chat up. Look at that.
Whoa.
All right.
Wait, how did you do that? Oh, I see. I'll start paying attention to the Rumble chat more.
How do I do the poll over here? Oh, I got to do the poll from the Bogcast thing. Oh, yeah. All right.
I'll pull up the UFO.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, start it. This is the UFO Report with Bryan McClay. Clay.
So, more congressmen getting a little antsy and starting to hear things that are a little bit interesting, to say the least. Marco Rubio not only says that David Grush, he said some interesting things, but he's also heard similar things from other whistleblowers. Check this out.
People that have come forward to share information with our committee over the last couple of years. I would imagine some of them are potentially some of the same people that perhaps he's referring to. I want to be very protective of these people. A lot of these people came to us even before these protections were in the law for whistleblowers to come forward.
Sorry, people who have had firsthand knowledge, who claim to have firsthand knowledge of seeing this type of thing,
or have firsthand knowledge or firsthand claims of certain things. Some are public figures, and
that's the interesting line right there. Some are public figures, right? Wouldn't it be interesting if there's like a really high level public figure that had some crazy abduction incident, So, but the Rubio said some interesting things, and that he's talking to other whistleblowers. There's big rumors right now that there's at least 2 more whistleblowers that have some really crazy claims going on that are talking to Congress and congressmen right now. Not just Marco Rubio.
We've heard from them in the past. Others, have not shared publicly. So we're trying to gather as much of that information as we can. And the reason why I'm being cautious, not trying to be evasive, but I am trying to be protective of these people. Some of these people still work in the government. And frankly, a lot of them are very fearful of their jobs, fearful of their clearances, fearful of their career. And some, frankly, are fearful of harm coming to them.
So that category of people who have firsthand knowledge, who say they have actually seen these kinds of things, do you find many of them credible?
Well, I don't find them either not credible or credible, because we have no basis about. Understand, some of these claims are things that are beyond sort of the realm of what any of us has ever dealt with.
Now that's the second crazy line: beyond the realm of something not any of us have ever dealt with. Some crazy things to think about, bro. That more and more congressmen are saying things like this. That if we would have heard that 20 years ago, I think the press and the rest of the world would be going crazy.
I know. I was looking at old UFO stories today within the last 10 years and the build up to this, and it is weird because it was just always all speculation and talk. Now it's like actually like we got these people in Congress, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Well, what's very interesting is you're starting to hear a lot of old names of deathbed confessions. So through the years, I've been listening to Coast AM since I was a teenager, 10 years old. And I've listened to things like Project Camelot, and who was talking to whistleblowers back in the early 2000s. Linda Moulton Howe, John Lear, George Knapp, these greats in ufology, and a lot of whistleblowers did deathbed confessions back in the day. I think Boyd Bushman was his name. There was a couple guys that were basically dying. They only had days left, and they were telling stories about being in the military and seeing these beings, and some really crazy. And you're starting to hear those names from whistleblowers saying, yeah, what they said was true. And that's very, very interesting. So
how are those deathbed confessions recorded? Were they just told somebody and someone wrote it down? Were they actually audio recorded, video recorded?
Yeah, video and audio. Yeah, and those are considered admissible in a court of law. Like they are considered. You can use deathbed confessions in a court of law as truth, which is very interesting.
What I think we owe them is just a mature, understand, listening, and trying to put all these pieces together and just sort of intake the information without any prejudgment or jumping to any conclusions in one direction or another. I will say I find most of these people at some point, or maybe even currently, have held very high clearances.
So does that mean you can't use it? I've always heard that it is usable in a court of law. Does that mean you can use it or you can't, Brad? Brad's our local lawyer, so it's an exception to hearsay. So maybe that means is hearsay usable in the court of law? I don't know. That shit's way over my head. So
It's in high positions within our government. So you do ask yourself, like, what incentive would so many people with that kind of qualification, these are serious people, have to come forward and make something up?
pretty interesting, man, right? To have Marco Rubio come out and say this again, as he's been kind of
saying for a little
following.
bit though, right? For about a year
Yeah.
now, 2 years now,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep.
He was
You
like
know,
he's like probably one of the first big name, people who were like, holy shit, he's talking about it.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. And not only that, this weekend we also had Republican congressman go on to Pat McAfee. Mike Gallagher, a representative out of Wisconsin, went on on the Pat McAfee show, which is very interesting, and talked about.
Is he still independent, or is he doing a show on ESPN now?
He's independent. He's independent.
Pat McAfee just signed a huge, like, multi-million-dollar contract with, I think it was ESPN or something.
Well, he's on YouTube as far as I know.
Okay, he might not have made the move yet.
Yeah. So let's check this out. This is pretty interesting too. Whoa.
Yeah,
what
see,
is
it's
going on
on
here?
ESPN now.
Okay. So look at that. This dude looks like a fucking.
Yeah,
Look
he's
at
like
that
an alien
fucking.
motherfucker.
He looks like a psycho.
Like that,
in that
that show
picture.
V, he looks like he's like out of V.
Yeah. So yeah, he discussed crazy things about alien sightings and all kinds of that stuff. And there's a lot of people in Congress who are who really want to get to the bottom of this, and it feels like never before. So, but here's something very interesting. That the interesting thing is the fact that some of these guys are saying they're talking a lot of like the fact you're hearing more and more things about these might not just be from other worlds or other solar systems, other dimensions, and that they've been here.
Well, yeah, that's where it started creeping me out. Where we're growing up, we're always thinking about them coming from these planets far away, these civilizations. But the past 2 years, that word interdimensional has been thrown around. It's like, well, what the fuck are these? And and also that they've been here the whole time. I mean, it actually makes more sense.
Yeah, man. It is
when you do have a second, I wanted to play you a video that I came across that's kind of like a counter argument to a lot of this, and the dude showed a interesting photo, and I just wanted to see what you thought of it. Just when you're on your stuff after the Pat McAfee video.
Yeah, so Pat McAfee is still on YouTube. For those of you guys that
well, it's probably oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, at least in my lifetime, as a result of I think that hearing and the destigmatization of this process, because the other problem, and this is after there's two.
Congressman Mike Gallagher.
Yeah, what shirt is he wearing?
What an honor to be here. My gosh. This is awesome, guys.
You look fantastic. Congressman, the shirt, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely a new studio. That background just. Oh, never mind.
Conversation last time because
what I wear.
Yeah, I understand. I didn't know this about Congressman, but as soon as you walked in, big pop out of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That is what you choose to wear, and we'll dive into that, obviously.
We got extras in the back.
Very nice of you. Thank you.
God.
Very, very nice of you.
I love how they have AJ Hawk just chilling like that all the time.
Kind to us. You have reached out to me to keep my eyes peeled for potentially something that's coming when it comes to UFOs and aliens and everything like that. With what just took place allegedly in Vegas and everything
If
else.
this is ESPN and it's Disney, we'll definitely get a strike on this one.
Are we anywhere near a time where you think from the information that you have as a congressman, which I still don't know what the fuck that is, but as a congressman, are we going to get any info, you think? Is this really going to be something in our life soon, you think?
Yeah, I actually do. So if you think about what we've done since I was last on the show. We had that hearing, which I think everyone agrees was completely unsatisfying. We didn't get any answers. I asked some basic questions about historical incidents they couldn't answer. So what do we do after that? We actually passed with Senator Rubio and Senator Gillibrand in the Senate. So I'm in the House. They're in the Senate. There's two aspects of Congress.
Boom. Okay.
House
All
Representatives.
right. There's
Boom.
electoral college too. This thing's crazy.
Right. You got a president. You got
executive, I believe,
board,
branch. Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock. It's crazy.
Got it. Yeah. Figured out. We're there.
So we passed the big aliens bill. And so this aliens bill did a few key things. One, it created a one-stop shop for all UAP reporting, something called ARROW, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. So if somebody has information they think is relevant, if somebody's working in the intelligence community, if someone is working for a defense contractor and they have information related to UAPs, they can report it to ARROW, which is critical. We also tasked ARROW with doing a bunch of homework. So doing a historical report on every incident going back to 1945, because again, they couldn't answer basic questions about the Malmstrom incident. So ARROW owes us a bunch of reports looking through the historical records. And then most important, and this is absolutely critical, we created kind of the mother of all whistleblower processes where if you want to come forward, but you're afraid of being punished or afraid of breaking what's called a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, we have a process where you can talk to Congress or you can talk to ARROW and say, hey, I saw this, I saw that, I was part of this program. And so that was a monumental piece of legislation. And what's happened since we passed that is all sorts of
How many
are coming out of the woodwork.
How many people you think? Like we're talking hundreds, tens?
For the whistleblowers that we've spoken to in Congress, I can't talk about who they are or the precise numbers, but we have had people come forward. Senator Rubio talked about a few people that he's talked to last night, I think, in a public forum that he had.
So not only is this,
are we sure
we
those
got
people
Sen-
aren't just disappearing? They get them to come in and then they disappear.
Yeah. Well, there's news now that David Grush might be testifying in front of Congress. That's crazy, you know. But you know, this is so crazy that not only is it being talked about on, you know, UFO radio and UFO
like a sports show,
podcast, it's being talked about on Fox News, CNN, ESPN, you know, Pat McAfee show, like.
Well, that's what like makes me wonder. I don't know. That's actually kind of some red flags for me. Like, why is it so fucking big and popular right now? Like,
because I think we're close, man. I think we're fucking close, bro. I really do.
Either that or it, you know, it's a distraction.
I don't know, man. I feel so close, dude. Check this out. David Grush went and did another interview. This with a European group, not a European group, but hold on here. I apologize. This time with a Dutch magazine called Blendel, which means behind paywall, or no, sorry, never mind. It's behind the Blendel paywall. But here's some of the key takeaways from that interview. So remember David Grush, he did the interview with Ross Courtnall for News Nation, and also the written piece by Leslie Keane and Ralph Blumenthal that was in the Direct, I think, or I forget what that thing is that it got released on. But anyways, here we go. So if anyone is wondering why Dutch, it's because the interviewer is friends with Lou Elizondo and Jeremy Corbell, so they kind of hooked him up. But so the interviewer says, "Are you threatened by what you are putting out now?" And Grush says, "I can't comment on that, but very unpleasant things have happened, both on a personal and a career level." The guy says, "Why are you ringing the bell?" Grush says, "I know that the U.S. Department of Defense is withholding crucial information from Congress, especially the possession of UAPs and alien remains by our Secret Service." By our Secret Service. That's interesting. Why is the Secret Service? Isn't the Secret Service like the president's?
Their job is just to protect him, right?
Yeah.
From my understanding.
They also do counterfeiting. I can't remember. They refuse to share crucial information and deny its existence. It is even criminal to withhold this from your drivers. That's why I started ringing the bell. Then they ask him, "How are you able to do that? Do you have some sort of security clearance?" And Grush says, "This is partly due to the NDAA Whistleblower Act, which guarantees the protection," which is basically what Gallagher just said on Pat McAfee show, and we've talked about that before. How do you get the Inspector General to let you share information about the Mussolini UFO? And then Grush says, because this UFO crash happened on Italian soil and it happened almost 90 years ago. Then they ask him, are only America and Italy involved? And check this out. Grush says, no, there are also known cases in Russia. For example, it even resulted in a race with Russians to see who could master the UFO technology first. Then they ask him, what is the most important thing this UFO technology can offer humanity? Grush then says, one of our most scandalous facets of withholding the technology is that we could have been generating clean energy for decades, but continue to deliberately pollute the earth with oil. Climate change tech is being withheld. This technology has the potential to have a hugely positive impact on the ecosystem. The Department of Energy, which is also part of the Secret Services, has some explaining to do because this is a crime against humanity and the earth. We use the tech for war and not for peace and nature. The people who withhold this will one day have to apply for amnesty somewhere for crimes against humanity. Then they finally ask him, has anyone tried to address this before? Grush says yes, but they have disappeared or have been silenced with serious threats. This is life-threatening knowledge.
Damn.
Crazy, right? So think
Thank
about
God
this,
for the fucking pole shifts, right?
right?
Every 12,000 years. I hope that shit's real.
Think about what he's talking about. Think about the money we spend on weapons. They just finished the biggest aircraft carrier ever created, called the USS Gerald R. Ford. It is 9 stories above the ocean. Above the ocean, it's got 2 full runways on it. This thing cost $13.8 billion. It was either 13.8 or $14.8 billion to make, right?
It is crazy.
And it's a weapon of war. You would think that we would get to a certain level of civilization where we would just realize that it's not feasible to even fight each other anymore. But
Well,
we
no,
don't.
I mean, it's because of the fucking the military industrial complex, and just how it's just they make so much money off of it that they have to just keep us in endless wars.
Yes. And think about what Philip Corso said also. Philip Corso from the day after Roswell was the, I think he was a four-star colonel that put out
I know,
a
sorry.
book. What's that?
He was correcting me.
Oh, so this is for Colonel Corso, who put out the book the day after Roswell. He was the guy that took the tech from the Roswell crashes and gave it to defense contractors. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is who I'm talking about. This is Colonel Corso.
Also gave it like the Japanese interviewed me, and I told them we put the integrated circuit out, and we also gave it to you. And I told the Japanese this right at the interview at Roswell.
Give me a little laundry list of the things that the technologies that are at least partially responsible from the Roswell.
Well, there's the number one was the integrated circuit. Number 2 in importance was laser, because I had some laser instruments also. Then fiber optics came out of this. The imaging devices or night viewing devices came from this. Some of the work we did on electromagnetism and the ICBMs and came from this. We went out as normal research and development proposals, not to name something.
Yeah, you didn't put out a report that said,
No.
here's some alien stuff, figure it out.
We put our regular research and development proposal that came from somebody's brain. And also this was known among a select few, mostly combat officers head to head. It came, we kept this among ourselves.
Crazy, man. And this all went to military uses. We don't get this stuff until after the military figures out the way to use them. Most of the
We get it probably like 30 to 40 years after.
Yeah, most of the technology that we have that makes our lives better, computers, phones, monitors, every piece of technology, like 90% of technology comes from, it was created for war, for weapons, to kill people.
Well, we've always talked about it for years, how, You know, when you think about technology and the development of it, how long it took to get to where it was until the 20th century, and then from what is it, 1930, 1940 and on, all of a sudden we have lasers, fucking shooting things into space, like all kinds of crazy shit, and it does coincide with the UFO crashes, right?
Yeah, yeah. And here's the other interesting thing. We're getting a lot more people coming out and saying that Roswell was real. Okay. Here's some other interesting news on the UFO front. Israel is getting involved in this now.
Involved with what? The just blowers or?
No. The U.S. and
Aliens
Israel
exist-
are quote in contact with aliens. Check this out.
Exist and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hang on a second, dude.
Hi, Allison. Well,
How old is this video? Is this new?
I think did this just come out? June
Because
25th, 2023.
Oh, okay, because that article they showed, we talked about that on the show before.
Yeah.
this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials.
And this is some of the most interesting stuff that has synchronized. You know me and synchronicity.
I know, but can you go back to the article they're showing just really quick? That article is from when? 2020. We were talking about this 3 years ago, dude.
Yeah, the Galactic
Because
Federation.
I remember pulling this same exact news thing up. We probably even have a clip of it, I'm sure.
Yep.
30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives. Now, this former head of a branch of Israel's defense ministry is 87. He was very well respected, at least until now. And he said all this in an interview with an Israeli newspaper in Hebrew, but it's really taken off after parts of it were published in English by the Jerusalem Post today. He says he's come forward now in the hope that his news will be accepted as true. He notes that if he'd made...
This must be an old interview with them talking
That's
about
what
it.
I'm
You know
saying,
what I mean?
yeah. This is nothing new.
Yeah, I thought this might be new. Well, I want to end with the reason why I wanted to bring this up is I wanted to end with something very interesting. Now, one of my favorite, I've talked about it before. I love talking about those amazing, YouTube channels out there, like the Y Files, and my new favorite one is Eyes on Cinema, Eyes on UFOs. It's very interesting. They go back and they archive old interviews and old, stories and news reports about UFOs and aliens all the way back, to the 40s. It's super interesting. And if you get a chance, I really suggest you go check it
Did you
out.
talk about them a few weeks ago, or is this a new one? Okay, cool.
No, I talked about them a few
I
weeks
think
ago.
I
yeah.
subscribed to them, but I don't think I've checked them out yet. I'll check them out this week though, for sure, dude.
Yeah, but this story is super interesting. This is such an interesting story. Basically, this is another retired Colonel, Robert Friend. And there's a very interesting case called the Francis Swan case. The Francis Swan case is a story about before the Betty and Barney Hill abduction case. There was this lady in Maine named Frances Swan that said that she was being contacted by a group of aliens that she could, like channel them in a weird way. And the CIA went to go check her out, and some weird stuff happened. Check this out. This is crazy.
Place. One of the naval officers was informed by the woman that a woman in her education could not possibly know the answers to. Yet, as the questions were put to her, she was able to answer easily with seeming telepathic help from these purported extraterrestrials. According to the report, she indicated there was an organization, OEEV, which meant Universal Association of Planets.
This is
that really the music?
Yeah, this is a documentary from the 70s. Yeah, it's got the guy from Twilight Zone. This is super interesting. Listen to this part right here coming up.
And that organization had a project, UNZA, meaning Earth, which was being conducted.
It's just in the shadows.
Yeah. Super interesting, dude. How
No,
they
I
used
just
to do
like,
things.
I'm just watching how it's shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's just
I
funny.
could you think like
I
this
love
is
it.
a
I love
real?
it. I know, dude.
Yeah.
If in the 70s, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
The turn took place. One of the naval officers was informed by the woman that they, the extraterrestrials, were willing to answer questions directly through him.
So the lady told one of the CIA officers, "I will show you how to channel." Right? The aliens want to talk through you now.
A naval commander and intelligence officer with no prior experience in telepathic communication. He took over and attempted to write down the answers to questions put to him by his fellow naval officer. Questions were put to him such as, do you favor the government, religious group, or race? And would there be a third world war? The answer to both was no. The group then asked if they could see a spaceship, and the commander, still in a trance, told them to go to the window and they would have proof.
And this is, by the way, in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol that this is happening.
The group moved to the window where they supposedly observed a UFO. I was told that a call was made for radar confirmation. The reply came back that that particular quadrant of the area was blanked out on radar at the time. After being briefed on all of the details, I asked the commander if he would attempt to contact me. He sat for several minutes and then appeared in a deep trance with his Adam's apple moving up and down rapidly. Questions were put to him, and he answered them by printing in rather large letters using rapid but jerky motions. It wasn't at all like his natural hand. During the course of the questioning, we learned the names of some of the so-called extraterrestrials. One was Krill, C-R-L-L-L.
Do you know why that's interesting to me? Because back during the World War II, one of the groups that the Nazis were using to reach the aliens was a channeling group, and they supposedly channeled a group of aliens called the Krill. It was either the Krill or the Vril, but they sound very similar, right?
Another, Alomar, A-L-O-M-A-R.
Yeah, like Robbie and Sandy, the twins. They're the brothers.
And another, Alpha, A-F-F-A, purportedly from the planet Uranus.
A case that you said Uranus?
Yeah, Uranus.
Uranus?
So, yeah. So here's what's
There's aliens on Uranus.
Yeah, bro. Supposedly. Here's what's really interesting about this. When Betty and Barney Hill incident happened, these CIA people tried to hook the two Betty to meet Francis Francis Swan. And they went and met, and Betty told Francis that the aliens that abducted her were the Greys, and Francis Swan freaked out and would not talk to her, saying, "The Greys are evil, and I told you not to deal with the Greys. If you have dealt with the Greys at all, then this is all ruined." very interesting stuff, dude. And you know, I like if I would have heard that and some guy was just telling me it, that's one thing. But it's coming from a colonel in the United States Air Force that has everything to lose. Like, that's a big deal.
Well,
And
not just that,
now,
but like creating a video production back then wasn't just as easy as today as pulling out your phone. Like he had
Yeah.
to get a 16mm camera and fucking, go out and shoot it, and he dressed up. And before we end the UFO report and get into hour 2, I wanted to play you this video of this guy who shows up on my TikTok every once in a while, and he put this kind of counter argument to all this UFO shit, and he showed an interesting picture that I've never seen before. I'm sure you've seen it, but I just wanted to, it's like 5 minutes long. I'm only going to play like a minute of it, but then I just wanted to like kind of get your reaction, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen this guy before on TikTok?
No.
Okay, check him out.
I'm Dr. Stephen Greer. I'm the founder of the Disclosure Project.
Stephen Greer really missed his calling as a dominatrix because he's been edging you all for 20 years. My opinion is that Greer is just another part of the PSYOP, for 2 reasons. Number 1, his entire operation was started by Lawrence Rockefeller. Here's Baby Greer with some of his best buddies, the very same people who were shilling UFOs to your parents' generation. You got Robert Bigelow, Linda Moulton Howe, Dr. John Mack, and a whole entourage of spooks and kooks that were being funded by the guy in this picture, Big Daddy Lawrence Rockefeller. Rockefeller was also grooming a young Hillary Clinton to push the UFO agenda, but that psyop never got off the ground for obvious reasons. Now, perhaps that's guilt by association, but I find those associations extremely sus. I'd love to believe that there's a secret cabal of billionaires that wants the truth out, but these people have been predatory. They've been parasites on the rest of humanity. So I don't believe that at all.
I don't agree with him at all. I do agree with him that Stephen Greer isn't trustworthy. I think Stephen Greer is a fucking...
Yeah, you've never really
yeah.
You never really
I don't trust him.
Agreed. Yeah, so you think he may be a psyop?
I don't know about a psyop, but I just don't. I think that he's very easily taken advantage of to believe some crazy things. So he maybe has been used in psyops. I don't think he is psyops, and I don't think that Rockefeller wanting to know if there's aliens or UFOs or wanting it to get out to the people has anything to do that's nefarious. I think that him using Hillary to get the UFO thing out wasn't nefarious. It almost happened. That's why that's why all this started. Because remember, the Podesta emails and Tom DeLonge, who was Hillary Clinton's chief of staff, right? And Obama's chief of staff and Clinton's chief of staff. So that's a big deal. But I do not trust Greer at all. So very, very, very interesting. Did you hear about the big thing that's going on with the sun right now?
I don't think so.
A large hole is basically dramatic image shows a plasma waterfall on the sun that's 8 times the size of Earth. NASA video shows a giant churning tornado on the sun as tall as 14 Earths hurling plasma into space. A hole 30 times the Earth's size has spread across the sun, blasting solar winds that'll hit our planet by the end of the week. The sun's activity could peak. Yeah, this is going on right now, dude. The sun is really churning, and that's one of the things that's always been one of the scariest things that Art Bell and always talked about. He always had, the sun and the radiation from a lot of those big,
well, let me ask you this: how scared of this should we be, and how much of this is fear mongering? I feel like there's always got to be something that we need to be scared of,
There's nothing we can do about it, but coronal holes or CMAs, corona mass ejections or CMEs, are very scary, and they could destroy the human race basically, if it's big enough. And they've been getting bigger and bigger and bigger lately. So it's very interesting what's going on. So
well, once we get some more videos or details on that, we can.
Well,
if you have it, do you have anything you can pull up on it, or?
Hold on here. I do.
I have something crazy to show you too. It's kind of in the UFO report realm that I forgot to show you. It's either fucking amazing CGI or some crazy ass shit. But what's even crazier than the video is the comments of the video.
Okay, hold on here. I just got to turn off my damn ad blocker. I hate that it does this.
Dude, you can't even go to read an article these days without accepting shit, fucking
I know.
like fucking ads popping up, accidentally clicking on shit. It sucks.
Yeah. The sun is getting more and more active than it has for a decade and could lead to power outages, grounded flights, and stunning auroras. So these are the CMEs, coronal mass ejections. And if one of these is big enough, it will basically shoot an EMP to the whole Earth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So it says here the sun is
Does that
entering a
just fucking
period.
cook all of us or what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's entering a peak period of activity that will last several years. This means the sun will produce more solar flares, powerful bursts of energies. Solar flares can disrupt radio communications and electrical power grids on the Earth. So
I'm
it's
sure
getting
fucking,
really.
Greta Thunberg is gonna blame this
Look at
on
how
climate
how
change.
big that fucking is, dude. Like that, right? That is huge, bro.
Is that a real pic?
Yeah, that's a real pic. Sunspots.
What was
Here's
that?
another one.
What was that soundboard shit?
What are you talking about? You don't know our that's our homie, bro.
How dare you?
Is that Greta?
That's Greta.
Nice.
Yeah. So look at that. Holy shit, dude. Soon we'll see something. There'll be a video of something going up and recharging on these big coronal mass ejections.
This is where we need to
shit.
cue in. It's the end of the world, and we all know it. By our
Well, you know what's interesting? You remember those pictures that were coming out recently of the northern magnetic, the northern lights being seen lower and lower in the lower 48 than it's ever been. Even parts of Arizona, they were seeing it. You know, so that's kind of scary. That's caused by the sun, that our Earth's magnetism in the sun and everything. So,
I do check this out. So, you know me, I don't believe anything, but I wanted to get your reaction on this. But the crazier thing to me is the comments of how many people said they've actually seen this in real life.
Reported by a Russian father. The father shared that, while filming the moment his son was playing with dinosaurs, suddenly he saw a very strange phenomenon. Out of nowhere, a ball of light like in a sci-fi movie entered his house. It even knows the way it moves like a normal person.
I've seen this before. It's fake.
Oh, you have? It
It's
is
fake, right? I believe it's fake.
Oh, I don't know. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, keep playing it.
After
I've
a
seen
while
it.
of
It's
protest,
crazy.
it ruined his newly purchased television.
I showed this on here before.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would remember this.
Yeah, look at the comments. A lot of people are like, "That's
aliens."
So I think it's fake, but
yeah,
everyone's claiming they've seen this before.
But ball lightning's real. It is real. Yeah, ball lightning is real. It's interesting. Very interesting, dude.
I want to see a UFO or a ghost so bad.
I don't want to see a ghost. I don't ever want to see a ghost.
You want to know a crazy story I heard? It's in regards to deathbed confessions you were saying yesterday. Because I saw a video. I've been seeing videos on people who like work in hospice and shit like that. And, you know, right before people die, there's like common themes. Like a lot of like old women will see like these little girls and stuff like that. But sometimes they like straight out see their sins. And this old lady kept seeing like a small little black kid at the edge of her bed, and she'd be like scared of him. And then finally she confessed to the lady at hospice that it was in like 1936. She claimed as a little girl that kid like grabbed her and shit, you know. And so they arrested him, and then the cops left, and the mob went down and fucking just killed
Emmett
him. Just
Till?
I don't know the name. I don't even know if it was that famous of a case or not. But
Yeah, that sounds like the Emmett Till case.
But well, I'm sure it happened a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And that kid and the lady at hospice thinks that little kid at the edge of her bed was who she wrongly fucking pretty much murdered, you know.
Yeah.
Could you imagine living with something like that? Doing that? Crazy,
Emmett
dude.
Till was tortured and lynched, abducted, tortured, and lynched in Mississippi in 1955 at the age of 14 after being accused of an offending white woman. That's what they based that movie, I think, Mississippi Burning off of. I remember seeing that movie as a kid,
yeah.
dude. That movie fucking changed my life. Seeing it as a
Yeah, that's a very adult movie for a kid.
Yeah,
right? You know?
yeah, man. Ooh. Yeah, it was crazy.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Should we get into the hour 2 stuff, dude? I just got to take a piss really quick, and then
Yeah, this right here is very true. Solar flares are some of the biggest worries we have. So, and there's also things like solar flares that can come from stars that are blowing up in the far off galaxy that we might not even know are blowing up, but its radiation and energy is coming towards us to destroy the Earth right now. You know, crazy.
we need to send fucking Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck fucking out there. And
yeah, dude, that was a good movie. I still think that was a good movie to this day, dude.
Armageddon.
Yeah. You know what's a
more
really
like
good
more
movie?
Like Con Air.
Yeah, it was almost like two movies in one. But you know,
what was the one on Alcatraz called? Is that Con Air?
That one was really good, dude. No, that one was called Alcatraz, wasn't it?
That one where like Nicolas
Look
Cage
at-
had like 3 or 4 bangers in a row. Yeah, Leaving
Yeah.
Las Vegas, which was like independent, and then he was at the point of his career we needed to start doing blockbusters again, so he could do more movies like Leaving Las
Yeah.
Vegas. So he did Con Air. God, what was the other one?
The Rock. Yeah.
The Rock.
The
Yeah,
Rock.
The Rock.
Do you remember
The 90s, bro? That movie
Entrapment?
was dope.
Entrapment was good too.
Entrapment.
That was with Sean Connery also and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Face Off.
Face Off.
And
I got
then you
one for
know
you.
where he fucking, you know how where I actually really respected his acting skills for Nicolas Cage is Adaptation by Spike Lee, and that's written by Charlie Kaufman. That movie is so fucking amazing. He plays
got a movie.
plays his own brother.
One of the greatest all-time movies that people don't think
Oh,
about
yeah.
a lot. The Abyss.
Oh yeah.
That movie.
You know
is
what's even
fucking
crazier than The Abyss is the behind the scenes of how they fucking made that.
Oh,
They
so
literally
cool.
fucking rented out this huge ass fucking tank. And then they started shooting and they realized like it wasn't dark enough. So they fucking put on top like all these like plastic balls so no sunlight could actually get into the water and they can control the lighting down there and shit. Like that was like James Cameron is always doing some wild shit for like movies. Like he's always pushing the boundaries of like what the movie's making at the time. Like The Abyss, Terminator 2 with the CGI graphics that
Yeah.
he was doing, you know. Obviously like Avatar. Like Avatar, you know, it's not like my favorite movie in the world, but I respect it because dude, remember in 2000, I think even to this day, they sell everything as like a 3D movie. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I go see the 3D version of it, but it's not really 3D. It's just 2D converted into 3D. Whereas Avatar, they actually have 3D cameras that use 2 rolls of film or 2 digitally, you know, different cameras. You know what I mean? To shoot it to create that 3D effect. And I don't know. Did you see Avatar in theater?
Avatar.
It was bad as fuck.
Yes,
Like
I did
back in
see
like
it
was that
later.
2008 or something like that? I
Yeah.
can't remember when it came out, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad as fuck. I didn't see the new one yet. Like I don't honestly even care to see the new one, but it's funny to like see people like this. Do you follow that like Nerdtronic dude at all?
Nerdtronic. No.
I like him because he's kind of like based, but he's into all the nerdy shit we are. But he's not a sucker for like just for like nostalgia and all that shit. Like he actually like I don't know, just really gives like just he has like opinions on things that I respect when he like does stuff. But this is his him talking about Indiana Jones.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah, but I didn't watch it. I really wanted to hear it. I know what you're talking
I
about.
love
I saw
it.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this dude.
Just got out of Indiana Jones and the Insufferable Feminist, and I mean this sincerely.
I knew it.
Fuck this movie. But
I
there is
knew it.
good news. I think this is the last thing Lucasfilm could ruin. And I think it ends the inexplicable 15 minutes of fame of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. But the failure is complete. George Lucas's legacy, George Lucas's Lucasfilm has been destroyed partially by a bunch of mediocre white women.
He's so fucking right, dude, on that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's a good idea, Daniel. Maybe we'll try and figure that out for sure. Good idea.
Doing what now?
Putting links for things we're talking about in the Discord.
That is not. You know what I do is well, yeah, I could do that in the description after. I usually put chapters after we but it's crazy because I think I was talking about this last episode, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. I would have been so fucking pumped hearing about a new Indiana Jones movie come out. I give 0 fucks to see this movie. Like, I just don't care.
I knew it was going to be terrible.
And supposedly there was an article that said that they're trying to pass the franchise off to that Phoebe chick as kind of taking the place of Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck that. No, I saw somebody went into a theater and it was empty.
I hope it's not like that for you know it's going to be a good weekend for theaters is the weekend that Oppenheimer and Barbie come out, because you know Barbie's going to attract like a fucking huge crowd, and then Oppenheimer I'm going to be there for sure for that, because that's something that you just have to see in IMAX and shit, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm stoked for that. I guess, dude, there's reports of, he didn't say who, but Christopher Nolan showed it to like one of his filmmakers friends, and like he left the theater feeling devastated. Like there was like horror elements to it, he said. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Because I mean, you think about it, it's like some dark shit. It's creating technology that destroys the world, Nolan style. Fucking I'm in.
Yeah, that's gonna be super interesting, dude. I can't wait to see that. Actually, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and there's like a hell of a cast in it, dude. There's so many like badass actors in it and shit. I found this, dude. This is kind of part of the UFO report on Twitter.
I was gonna show you this. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
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 This is crazy.
This
Tell people what it is.
It is the original, just Bob Lazar tape. It says, old videotape Bob made telling his story and everything he knew. This was supposed to protect him on the basis if anything happened to him, it would prove his story and was real.
So this was basically, he made this that if he died, the people he sent it to would release it.
And he was talking about element 15 in this before
115. He explained everything in here, dude. This is crazy.
Yeah, I like the production on this.
Yeah, 1990s, dude. Mid-90s.
I wonder what this Gene Huff dude is.
He's a big part of the ufology groups and stuff.
Like, I wonder how many takes of that they did. Because they only
great, bro. Look how young he is, too.
During late 1988 and early 89, I worked on the propulsion systems of extraterrestrial vehicles for the United States government. The hardware and technology I was exposed to should be placed in the proper hands of the scientific community, and it is the right of every person on Earth to know that there is physical evidence which proves that there is life elsewhere and that at least one form of that life has been here. For those of you whose information about me is limited to this video, I'll give you a brief background. I'm a physicist. I have degrees in physics and electronics technology. I worked in a number of scientific programs, some of which require top secret and above top secret security clearances, of which the most easily verifiable is my early 1980s job here at the Los Alamos Mason Physics Facility in Los Alamos, New Mexico. Between December of 88 and April of 89, I worked as a senior...
Fast forward it.
General...
This part specifically, he's like giving all the science behind
We know that
everything.
the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So in our universe, we've always assumed that the fastest way from point A to B was to travel in a straight line at the speed of light. Well, the fact is that when you're dealing with space-time and you enjoy the capability of generating an intense gravitational field,
Was it
the
edited?
fastest way from point A to B is
Yeah.
to distort or warp or bend the space-time between point A and B, bringing point A and B closer together. The more intense the gravitational field, the greater the distortion of space-time and the shorter the distance
Could you
between
imagine
points A
seeing
and
this
B.
back then, dude? When he
Most of
first
us
came
think of
out, like what the
space-time as the
fuck?
void or as nothing.
Like, who is
And
this
remember, it wasn't
motherfucker?
that long ago that man considered the air in our atmosphere to be nothing.
Oh shit, I hate when that happens. Anyway.
Interesting stuff, dude.
Bob Lazar, dude, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Rumble just tweeted that they just signed one of the GOAT streaming. I wonder who that
I
is.
saw that. I was really wondering, do you think it could be Rogan? Because there's a lot
Rogan?
of rumors that
No.
yeah,
Rogan
his,
had Rogan had a 5-year deal.
no, his contract is supposedly done in 2024.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
That would be
200
pretty
million
sick if Rogan
2024.
went over there. That would be dope.
And there's a
dude.
lot of rumors right now that the Rumble's going after Rogan.
I believe that they're going after everybody.
Yeah.
I actually think Rogan really enjoys his place at Spotify because there's a few times where he's talked about just how cool they are. They let him do whatever. There was a ruckus in the beginning with the employees, but they got rid of all of them. And actually he just had, I forgot who he had on, but they were asking him questions. They're like, do they make you come out with any a certain amount of episodes? Well, he's like, nope, you do whatever I want. He's like, so you do all these podcasts on your own? He's like, yeah, I love talking to people because he's coming out like 3-4 a week, dude. You know what I mean? He just loves doing it.
Yeah. You're crazy. You're nuts. Bob Lazar is a fucking OG, bro.
Yeah, get McClay. You just fucking destroyed McClay's soul of that.
Bob Lazar is the OG. He's a real deal. Bob Lazar is like so many engineers that I've worked with through the years. You could tell he's an engineer.
Yeah. Yeah, engineers are a certain
yeah
person, right? You can tell.
Yep. So, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, is there a video that I need to play for this part, or?
I don't think so. I think you got TikTok.
Well, we
time.
probably could do this again.
Yeah, definitely let us know what strain you're smoking. Tell us if you got any funny strain names too. We love those.
I am hitting the horchata and gelato mints. You don't even remember which one you smoked, right?
I think it was Starbursts or Grapeums, something like that. It was excellent.
All right, let's get into it. This is for you.
Yeah, that was pretty good, bro. That was pretty interesting. That's for
Kind of
sure.
waiting for Jim Carrey to pop out.
I know. I know, dude. Yeah.
Funny was that shit back in the day, dude. Ace Ventura.
Or this.
Been here for a very long time. Have been with this northern white kind of for.
Oh.
Who's that? Do you know whose person is that?
That is my Jim.
Okay.
She always smoke a long one. Speaking, I've been here for a very long time. Have been with this northern white kind of for.
Who's that? Do you know whose person?
That probably smells so bad, dude.
Probably felt so good for that rhino.
You know, one of the reasons why I hate going out in public is because I don't want to ever run into like one of those YouTube prankers or TikTok prankers.
No, yeah,
because they just drive me nuts. Some of them aren't. There's some really good faith ones.
Yeah.
Now this one I'm going to show you. I would be pissed off if this happened to me, but this guy's face. I mean, I just die. Watch this guy's face. Just terrified, bro.
Pure terror, bro.
Dude, if that guy came up to us and we're just walking, we probably like I know you
Punch
just
him.
you out of reflex just because like
Yeah.
to, not to be a dick, you're just trying to
Yeah.
keep everyone safe. And look at his face of this face of just terror, bro. It just cracks me up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit fucking cracks me up. But yeah,
Yeah.
like what the fuck, dude? Dancing in front of people like that, like for fucking clicks and shit.
I thought this was interesting when I saw it. I immediately thought of the Sophia.
Oh yeah.
This is the one of those planes going up for the solar eclipse. How cool is that, bro? Solar eclipses are so crazy to think like that's the moon in front of the sun and how big the sun and the moon is, and how small it's
When's the next one? Do you know?
Don't know.
Well, what's crazy is like thinking about, the Mayans and all these ancient cultures who didn't have a grasp on all the things we do as far as just anything, and just seeing that and be like, holy shit, that's God. God's doing that or some, whatever, you know what I mean?
Dude, you remember how good Apocalypto was
Oh
when
yeah.
you first saw it?
I've been thinking about that movie a lot recently because Mel Gibson's been in the news recently because I guess he's making we'll probably get a strike for even talking about it, but he's making a documentary, probably ousting a lot of people and shit. And everyone in the comments was talking about how amazing Apocalypto was. And yeah, dude, that movie's fucking phenomenal.
One of the greatest of all time, dude.
And I saw actually another video where Mel Gibson, no one wanted to finance Passion of the Christ, right? So he paid 45 million of his own dollars to film that movie by himself, right? And then that movie made like 700-800 million dollars. He made like 300 million dollars off that.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, that movie was weird. Oh no, I'm not thinking of Passion of the Christ. Passion of the Christ was I went and saw that by myself.
That's another one with that's crazy is what's his name? The actor Jim Caviezel. Is that his name?
Yeah. Because
he's coming out saying there's some wild shit going on that YouTube will probably give us a strike for if we talk about it. Because
Caviezel,
yeah,
dude.
What's up, Duke?
I went and saw Passion of the Christ by myself because I was really into like the
religion and all that stuff. Yeah.
And I remember everybody was talking about how crazy this movie is, dude. I went in there and I got so fucking like
sad,
doped up, dude. Before and I fucking fell asleep.
You're just like this.
I fell asleep, dude. Yeah.
Fucking
How
nodding off and
terrible.
shit.
It was terrible.
This was weird, dude, this video, because I was actually thinking about this a few days before. I was like, I wonder like if this happened. And then I think TikTok was reading my mind, but this is kind of crazy. Watch this.
Genetically, we're brothers, but legally, we're cousins. All right, let's break this down. So our dads are twin brothers named Peter and Pedro. And because they're twin brothers, they have 100% of the same DNA. And then our twin moms are also identical twins, and they're named Celide and Chelsea. And because they're identical twin sisters, they also share 100% DNA. So Peter gets with Celide, and then they have a kid. And then Chelsea gets with Pedro, and they also have a kid. And they name him Peter. And then they name their kid the exact same name, Peter, which is us. And now, yes, they're cousins, but because their parents share the same exact DNA because they're identical twins, it means that they have 50% of the same DNA, which means that genetically, they're actually more brothers than cousins. And who are we talking about? That's us. He's Peter. I'm Peter. So genetically, we're brothers, but legally, we're cousins, making us brother cousins, twin cousins, however y'all want to call us.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, I was like super ripped like a few days before. I go, I wonder what would happen if like two twins, because Andrew's a twin, you know what I mean, even though they're not identical.
Yeah.
I was like, what if that, and then sure as shit, they're brother cousins. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. This is a crazy story right here. This blew me away when I saw it the other day.
Dakota. A homeowner finds a sinkhole in front of his house. He's trying to call officials to come out and take a look at it, but it's April 2020, so he's having a hard time for anyone to come out, which is probably why you never heard this on the news, because something.
So this is in Black Hawk, South Dakota, and this guy had a sinkhole start in his yard, and it just kept getting bigger.
else was on the news 24/7. But look at the size of this thing. Officials finally come out and take a look. The sinkhole keeps getting bigger and bigger. They finally come out. They fence the thing off. Something huge is happening. What do they find? You're not going to believe it. Tunnels and tunnels and tunnels. It's an old mine.
Bro, look at this.
Where's that at?
Black Hawk, South Dakota. They built the whole neighborhood on a mine and didn't tell anybody. And the whole neighborhood is starting. Dude, this is nuts.
South Dakota, the state knew about it, and they never disclosed it when they sold this to a developer. The developer bought the property and they started building houses on it. Look at this. They found a freaking car in there. It actually looks like a nice car. 50s or 60s. Looks like a classic. Anyways, so there's all these tunnels in there, all these houses, this huge community. The properties are worthless. Look at this. That's where the mine is at. The old mine is the community. Houses are abandoned. Right now it's in the courts, it's going back and forth. You never know what it's under your feet.
I remember when I was a kid, we had a sinkhole in my front yard, and it would come back every couple of years after the rains. And one year it got so bad we were worried that our whole front yard was going to get into it, dude. It was a huge sinkhole. And you would walk out in the front. You knew it was there when you would walk out in the front yard, and you were worried because you dropped 5 or 6 inches.
That makes me think of my fear of quicksand.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I always thought as an adult I was gonna have to deal with quicksand way more. Like when I was a kid, they just made me feel like I was just gonna have to deal with quicksand a lot, and I still haven't.
Or lava.
I'm fucking terrified of it.
Yeah.
I would wake up as a little kid, thinking because our carpet would be this shitty brown. I thought it was like quicksand. I would run out the room really quick until I could see my parents and shit. Because every movie or show I felt like had quicksand in it.
Yeah. Or I remember trying to think certain parts of the carpets were like lava pits. You'd have to always jump over them.
Yeah.
My brother would do that.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Fuck, I was just gonna. Did I just steal? What was John Mulaney's joke?
You're stealing John Mulaney's joke? What was John Mulaney's joke? Yeah.
Oh, maybe the quicksand shit.
Oh, did he talk about quicksand?
I don't know. I saw his new special. I didn't.
You told me that. You've told me the quicksand, the stuff about you being a kid and talking about quicksand.
No, yeah, I was genuinely terrified of it. But check this out, dude. This is a cool new style of tattoos. I know you like this kind of shit, so I thought you'd enjoy this.
I stumbled upon this guy who collects tattoos from a bunch of different tattoo artists, and I'm pissed. How the fuck did I not think of this? It's genius. It's unbelievably genius. He pre-outlines his body with these hexagon, honeycomb shapes all over. And then guess what? He goes around to different tattoo artists, and each one of them gets to fill in their own little bubble or their little honeycomb. Are you fucking kidding me? That shit wizards would come up with. You could do that for anything. Flags around the world, monuments, places you travel to. The world's your oyster. That shit's cool.
God, that was pretty dope, dude.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that.
A really cool way of showcasing a bunch of different artists, even in a smaller area, instead of taking your whole body,
Yeah.
If you wanted to stick with one artist on most of your body, and then I don't know, maybe showcase different ones on your leg or arm or something.
Yeah, that's smart. I like smart tattoos. Smart tattoos are my favorite.
Yeah, the worst ones are the
tramp stamps.
Well, those will always be bad, but when they just do all black.
Depends. There's some people
some people have it their whole neck all the way down their arm.
Yeah.
It's what the fuck?
Yeah, James from Hive has that.
That's not
His
really
arms
art.
are all
That's
black.
not really art to me.
It depends. Art's always subjective.
Right.
Check this out. This is pretty interesting here. You ready?
Yeah. What the fuck? What is this story? The internet always wins, dude. The internet always wins. Holy shit. Have you ever seen this guy? He goes around to these I think they're bodybuilding like conventions, and then he just bumps into them really hard and walks off.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Biggest guys are usually the nicest. Even after getting bumped like this,
That was
none of them really
Bradley.
tried to chase him down. If this guy bumped into you, how would you react?
That dude is fucking huge. Did you see how big that guy was?
That's Bradley Martin right there.
Holy shit. Oh yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a whole
Yeah, I've seen that guy
TikTok
before.
bumps into people. Yeah, and that guy's right. Like they never do anything. They're usually like super nice about it.
Yeah. This is interesting, dude. Check this out. This reminds me of Greer. If you ever go up to Greer, there are so many
I've been to Greer.
Hummingbirds up there.
Yeah, I've been to
So
Greer.
many. But check this out. This is badass.
Me muero. Se te posó. Me muero.
The purple
Yeah,
hair.
that's cool, dude.
Watch this.
Quédate que lo tenés encima.
Look at that. He thinks that her hair is a flower.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah.
Hummingbirds are so badass.
Yeah.
There's a couple like that are always in our backyard, dude. I always try every time I get the camera out, they're gone. But they always like
They
hang
have
out. They hang out for a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit, fuck, I got it. And then they're
Dude, hummingbirds in Arizona, they do everywhere. I shouldn't just say everywhere. They do it. Everyone do it, but you don't even realize they're there. And sometimes they'll do this thing where they'll buzz you. They'll go up and they'll do these big circles, and you'll just hear them. They'll go, see you, and you just hear them real high pitch, like, and you think they're making that noise with their their mouths, but that's coming from them going through the air so fast.
I had it on mute. Can you do the noise again?
No.
Please.
Nope.
I had it on mute, dude. Come on.
Nope.
You
Play.
get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
What's that from?
Willy Wonka, bro.
This is a pretty funny story. Tom Segura told.
Went to Undertaker's house. I'm building this
It's on that
gym. The
paper,
people that are putting the gym together are like, do you want this piece of equipment? And I go, I don't know. I've never used that. Is there any way I could try it before I say I want to buy it? And they go, you know what? We have a client. So you go to his house. He'll let you try it. So they send me this group text and they go, hey, Tom, this is Mark. He has to go to his house and then try it out. And I was like, what's up, Mark? Is Thursday cool? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Come on by. And then the guy from the gym goes, hey, just so you know, Mark is the Undertaker. And I go, do you want to fucking lead with that? I drive out to this address and I see this fucking gorilla walks out from under this thing and he just waves over. He's like, hey, over here. And I was like, what's up, Mark? And he goes, hi, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, he is the nicest dude that I have ever met. You know that
I've heard that about multiple times about that Undertaker dude. Like, what a cool
Yeah,
dude
he
is.
was on Rogan, dude. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Just like hearing the Undertaker talk for like 2 hours. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
This is one of the like coolest, cutest things I've ever seen, bro.
Uh-oh.
This is something about like parrots and birds, big birds. But check this out. Iggy Pop and his bird.
Here's some UK music, baby. It's a bird song.
Look at the bird, bro. What, like how it. gets into it slowly.
I get a shaky start to Tuesday. Sweat stains on bus windows.
I can't believe Iggy Pop's still alive, dude.
I know, dude.
It's
For
crazy. Like
real.
all those like hardcore rock and rollers, some of them are still alive, like him and Keith
Anthony
Richards.
Kiedis.
Anthony Kiedis. Fuck. Have you ever seen the I think this might be the outtakes of Nirvana and Charles Barkley, because Charles Barkley was
Saturday
the
Night
host
Live.
of Saturday Night Live. Yeah, Nirvana was
Mhm.
the guest. So when they shoot these commercials, you know that you see when they're like, yeah, okay, they'll do like, probably 10 or
10 of
15
them.
different, and then they just take a couple of them. So there's a bunch of outtakes of Nirvana doing it. I think this is one of them.
Host of the season premiere of Saturday Night Live with Nirvana. Look, Mom, your favorite, Nirvana. I let you one more. Charles
It's
Barkley.
just weird looking at Kurt Cobain like at Charles Barkley. I don't know why.
Host of the season premiere of Saturday Night Live with Nirvana. Look, Mom, your favorite, Nirvana.
Yeah, dude, he's probably like 20 something, 24.
I let you one more. Charles Barkley.
Kurt Cobain's like, what the fuck am I doing here, dude?
Yeah, he hates that shit.
This is one of the funniest dog videos I think I've ever seen, bro.
Oh no.
Watch. It's one of those ducks. One of those duck toys. He's humping it.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit.
You know those exact duck toys, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking funny, dude. Holy shit. I didn't see the first part, so I didn't see the toy there. I thought I was doing that and barking at first.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first.
I was like,
too.
what in the fuck?
But the duck
Holy
toy makes
shit.
it even funnier.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, dude. What the hell? Oh my god, that fucking probably was a million. This is kind of crazy, dude. This is some dude that scored Saddam's palace. You seen this?
Wow, dude.
Watch this crazy shit. You see that first shot of how big it was, dude? It's ginormous.
And you can see the roof with oil paint. Nice one from the history of Iraq.
Yeah. Hatra Kingdom, Ashtar Gate, the Quran. What's the serious food?
Dude, that's fucking beautiful, man. Like people don't, when you realize the history of that area.
Oh, of
like,
Iraq? It's like the oldest area, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it is the oldest area, I think.
Yeah, Garden of Eden, dude.
I love the
Sargon of
conspiracy.
Akkad, the Sumerians, the Akkadians.
I love the conspiracy theories about us going to Iraq War, that it was not even about the nukes, it was about like things to do with
Stargate.
Well, yeah, Stargates and just religious artifacts and things like that.
Yeah. Well,
that would be crazy if it was Stargate.
Yeah, to flip it from one dictator to another, this was pretty damn funny.
Attends, voir. Ah oui, c'est possible, je te l'ai donné. Oui. Non, mais c'est Minecraft, si vous voulez. Non. C'est Minecraft. Il m'a dit Minecraft. Mais non, papa, c'est Minecraft. Mais où t'as trouvé ça?
Has to be a bit.
C'est que ça? Attends, voir. Ah oui, c'est possible, je te l'ai donné. Oui. Non, mais c'est Minecraft, si vous voulez. Non. C'est Minecraft. Il m'a dit Minecraft. Mais non, papa, c'est Minecraft. Mais où t'as trouvé ça? C'est pas possible. C'est que ça? Attends, voir.
I can't believe if that's real. That sounds like a bit. That's hilarious, dude. He said Minecraft, not Minecraft. What the fuck? Oh shit.
That was my last one.
Dude, if I was a little kid, this is the shit that I would be doing with my fucking Hot Wheels and shit. This is bad as fuck.
It's racing.
Oh shit.
That's bad as fuck.
Whoa. The GoPro and everything. Whoa.
Dude, if you actually like, these were like the more polished models, these could act as miniatures for like a movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was placed right on the set and the lighting was right, and it looked more realistic.
Whoa, that's awesome. Hell yeah, bro. That looks fun as hell.
I'd be doing this shit constantly,
Yeah.
dude. That's so bad. Shit, I want to do it right now.
I know, right?
Go in your
When I
backyard
saw
and
him
do that.
land in the pool like that, I was like, oh, bro, that instantly took me back.
I never had a cool like racetrack like that.
I didn't either, but I remember
But
playing out in the pool and
there's like a little special car that you could put the camera on, you know?
yeah.
It's dope.
Much love, Chad Cave. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Oh shit, peace out. I think that's all I got too. I might have oh yeah. Me and your brother talked about this a few times, and I don't know if this was the exact brand that the drummer from Dredge had, but you know those drumsticks where you can like play
Yeah, those are
without the drum
badass.
set? Yeah, these are dope.
Yeah, with that headphones.
The drums with your family in a car. Step 1, drop the drum set. Step 2, connect the speaker.
Badass.
That's crazy.
How to play the drums with
It's the greatest thing for all air drummers of the world.
Yeah, no shit, right?
It's awesome.
But then you can actually hear how bad you really suck.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Yeah, you
funny
know what I'm gonna
that
be
you're
on
good.
the so I need to get I want to get like in-ear earbuds that hook up to Bluetooth so I don't have to wear headphones anymore.
You
I
gotta
just
do
have little
something about
earbuds.
that. You gotta do something about that other headset you have.
No, that headset's awesome, bro.
The
It's
Burger King
great.
headset. I think
Works
it's ridiculous.
amazing.
Anyway, make sure to follow us on Twitter just in case we get striked out here on YouTube. You can find all the latest information. We also go live there. Follow us on Rumble. We are trying to hit 100 followers on there.
Yep.
And also
Close to 70 right now.
Sub up on YouTube. It helps us big time. Also, just liking and commenting and all that shit helps the algorithm. Thanks to everybody in chat. You guys rule for hanging out and all the comments. And
Yep. Almost at 2,200 subscribers. So
let me get the GoFundMe up really quick to go. Don't forget, we did do a live cancer benefit a few days ago for our friends at Hempful Farms.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if we could hit the goal.
Chad Cave asked, when are all the results in for the Best in the Valley? Results are in. Congratulations to Banged Salon. and Joe Newcomer, who did win. Fortunately, we did not make.
We do
Best of the Ballot.
appreciate everybody that voted though. I
Yeah.
think Joseph messaged me and said that. Well, I actually messaged him asking him where he found everything. And then he messaged me back just saying how he thinks they're going to release like a second and a third place or something. So,
Well, yeah,
I'd rather not
definitely
know.
just-
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I definitely just want to say thank you again to everybody that did vote for us. That meant a hell of a lot, and very, very cool. And we again, I've been talking over the past couple of days and past couple of shows about community and how important it is, and the community that we've been building over the last 3 years now has been absolutely amazing, and we can't thank you guys enough. So, thank you.
Definitely. And if you have a second, we are trying to hit that goal for Andy. Even if you can't, donate, we totally get it. Just even sharing the GoFundMe on your social medias or whatever, that helps big time too. And then once we hit this goal, we are giving away all kinds of crazy prizes. Clay mentioned in the beginning of the show a 3-night stay. It's in California by the Redwoods, I believe. It's like an Airbnb. You can get a pool cleaning. We got shirts. These shirts are going to be raffled off. They're also for sale. You could buy these for $10, and all that money also goes to the cancer benefit. All kinds of amazing glass pieces. We gave a lot of these pieces live on the show on Sunday on the top there. I mean, they're each worth between like $100 to like $300. On the bottom
$1,200.
Yeah, on the bottom shelf here, this middle piece is in the shape of a monster. It's like a $1,200 just bong glass art piece, and that's going to be raffled off as a grand prize. And then this bong right here, that's another $300 bong piece. That's going to be raffled off. We got a cooler, Smirnoff cooler, art, gun cases, some fucking knives, all kinds of shit, guys. So, yeah.
Beautiful Benchmade. This is OTF Benchmade knives. This is just like one that we gave away a couple of these at the show.
We have like
3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them. Yeah, it was crazy. These are very expensive Benchmade knives. Very expensive. So shout out to everybody that helped, and there were some really great people that showed up at Hempel Farms. But we're going to be back as soon as we get closer to that 10,000 goal. We got some major grand prizes and even bigger giveaways to give away.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked, dude. And then also don't forget about the Manscaped. You still need to trim up your ball sack, and it's probably real smelly down there. Make sure you use promo code Bogcast to save 20% off plus free shipping. That's
especially if you're going to be going to San Diego.
What the fuck, McClay? I'm so. What were you saying?
Sorry, bro. Especially if you're going to San Diego, I would suggest toning it up on those balls and using the crop reviver. It's important. You don't want your balls smelling at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah, everyone should be using manscaped.com promo code Bogcast at San Diego. It's probably gonna fucking reek there.
Yeah,
they do that shit in August, dude. Everyone's sweating their balls off.
No, 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks? Oh, in July?
Yeah, July 19th to the 23rd. Yeah. It's gonna be actually pretty cool there. Let me see what the temperature looks like. San Diego.
Oh, San Diego, yeah.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic Con. Yeah, it's like the World Series of Comic Cons, isn't it?
It is. It is. So, weather.
Also, real quick, if anyone knows Wade Boggs, it'd be amazing to get him on the show. We have a few questions, even if it's like 10, 15 minutes. It's one of our dream guests. We'd love to get Wade Boggs on the Bogcast. So, just
70s.
Tell him our email, the Bogcast at keithandbryan@gmail.com, or our private emails.
Amen. So, Nova J says papaya cake indica tonight. Congrats. Shane Sterry in the house. What up, brother?
I thought you were pulling weren't you pulling something up?
Yeah, the weather in San Diego.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Be in the 76 degrees.
Oh fuck yeah,
that whole week. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Getting anywhere out of this fucking Phoenix stuff, dude. I don't know how many more of these summers I could take. It's just depressing. It's so hot.
It is, man. Especially if you spend any amount of time outside during the day. You know, I was working on my parents' car. Help my parents. I had to get the AC fixed in my parents' car. Spent all day, doing that, and then I spent all day doing shit today, and just being out in the sun.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm fucking exhausted, bro. So
Yeah,
shout out
just
to everybody that
staying,
works
bro.
out in the sun in Phoenix in the summer.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, dude. God damn it. I was just gonna what were we just talking about before that?
Yeah, let us know what strain you're smoking and all that good stuff. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, god damn it. Anyway. All right, guys. I guess it doesn't matter. So we will see you next week.
Yep. Make sure to check out the GoFundMe.
Peace out. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about my shirt.
Oh, your Kurt Rambis shirt? I said every time you wear it, I say something, but yeah, it's badass, bro. Old school.
I don't think you've ever said
Rambo.
anything about it. I've been waiting.
Oh yeah, I have.
Like for like 4 episodes where you like just be like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt, dude." And it's like I'm always trying to show it, and you just don't even say anything. Psst, whatever. Peace out, guys.